Wow. Live stream. Okay. This for people who don't appear here, huh?
This is our Toastmaster of the day.
Go ahead. No issues. It's for people who don't appear here, huh?
This is our Toastmaster of the day.
No issues. It's for people who don't appear here, huh?
This is our Toastmaster of the day.
Role players are there, speakers and role players. Mahesh Iyer, Zara. So today there are two. Okay. PB is there. 4 speeches, huh? Basically.
Today we have 4 speeches and
Yeah.
BT Anil, I'm your evaluator. No?
No problem.
So Prashant is, I think Prashant, Toastmaster Prashant has not joined, isn't it? Hopefully he will join soon.
Shall we start?
6 o'clock, no?
Yes.
I think we must start, isn't it? We can start.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Welcome to Bhavan's Toastmasters meeting number 255. This meeting, we have a lot of sessions today. We have lengthy projects and moreover, all which we learn, we hear is in today from our leaders. Before we start the meeting, let's proceed with our club agenda. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skill, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. We encourage to keep your videos on and microphones muted until you've been asked to speak. I hereby take this opportunity as being the presiding officer and welcome one and all to the Toastmaster meeting. I am Latif, Toastmaster Latif. I am a VP Education for Bhavan's Toastmasters Club, and I take this an honor to invite and to welcome one and all. Toastmaster is a platform where we learn for our leadership skills, our real life world skills, which we learn in lesser members or within the members. We don't, yes. May I request our past President Mohammed Zakir, please to just share few words, and it's an honor to have you on the meeting. Toastmaster Mohammed Zakir. Okay, we will catch him in a while. I think he's
Maybe some technical issues. We can get back to him later, no?
without further ado, let's hand over this stage to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Zara Ibrahim. If I have to say few words to make her or to welcome her, it is just one liner. She is ready 24/7. Whatever role you give her, she is accepted with open heartedly and duly performs to its level best. So let's welcome with loud applause, Toastmaster Zara Ibrahim.
Thank you very much, TM Latif Mansoor. It's really been an honor joining this amazing club. So being a TMOD, I would like to discuss certain things. And as we all know, today's theme is truth or dare. So how about I just talk about, certain things about it, and then we will be going towards the basic agenda, which where I will be discussing, the role players, and moreover we will be moving towards a prepared speech session. So being a fourth grader, I was there were a group of friends who introduced this game to me the very first time. That time I wasn't even aware what this really means. So when other classmates were about to begin this game, so I got a little idea. When I look today, when I being growing old, I'm just able to realize that how important it is to be truthful, to be on the right path, and moreover having that I would say that reality check, and moreover when you are able to understand that are you doing the right, you are on the right track or not. So or what I would say, to make that balance in your life. So if I ask you certain questions, what was the last time you lied? When was the last time you cried? What's your biggest fear? Have you ever cheated on someone? So these are some sort of questions. Moreover, what's the worst thing you have ever done in your life? What's something you are glad for? Or what's something you are even glad your mom doesn't know about you? So these are some set of questions which makes you ponder some real life questions. And if I talk about that there, if that moreover we have that courage to do something, stepping out from that comfort zone, and over taking that risk, not challenging someone to do something, but for your own good, to be something in life. Because I think failures are just a part of life. Success and failures are just part of life. So this is what I have to say about that, this truth or dare. I hope I just made a little sense out of it. So now let's move towards the agenda, where we have so today it's like a bit different, because we will have that general evaluator evaluation session. Moreover, we will we have that detailed projects. So we will be moving towards the prepared speech session directly, if I'm not wrong, right? VP Education. We have two roles, the timer and so the TM Latif Mansoor will be playing the role of a timer. So he will over to you, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. If you ask me when was the last time I cried maybe almost every day. When was the last time I said lie? It was maybe yesterday. I told my passenger that I'm not taking a lot of profit from you. So I think it's a part and parcel of the day. My role as a general evaluator, I will be noting down all the ifs and buts, the areas of improvements and the good areas where we can encourage our members, and applause for this good participation in the meeting. This will be my notification. I will be calling up all the evaluators for the speeches plus the role holders. Secondly, I am as a timer also. Please, all the speakers to mark or pin my screen. I will be turning out according to their agenda the minimum speaking time, or the time allotted. I will change my background to green, which is like 5 to 7 minutes. My background will change into green. At 6 it will turn into yellow, and at 7 it will be turn into red. You will be having a 30 seconds additional time to plus or minus, like 4 minutes 30 seconds or 7 minutes 30 seconds. You will be allowed for voting. Let's encourage one and all and have a wonderful meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, TM Latif. Now we will be moving towards a prepared speech session. So for today, our very first speaker is DTM Pramag Boss. And yes, so he will be evaluated by DTM Anil Kumar, G. Ravenkar. So we both have, yeah. So they are in the meeting. So DTM Anil Kumar, over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Zara, for that wonderful introduction. Good evening, one and all. Today, DTM Pramukh Bose is embarking on a project from Presentation Mastery Level 4. And the topic is Q&A session. It will be a 15 to 20 minute presentation. The speech title is The Best is Yet to Be. The best is yet to be. The objective of the speech is for the member to practice delivering an informative speech and running a well-organized question and answer session. The member is responsible for managing the time, so there is adequate opportunity for both. I wish you all the best, DTM Pramukh Bose. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
Okay. Thank you, DTM Anil Kumar. Before I start the speech, let me tell you something. As the evaluator mentioned, it is a speech followed by a question and answer session. So I would like to divide the allotted time, like 8 to 12 minutes speech. So 8 minimum time. You can show the timer. Please show the green. 10 the yellow. Then 12 the red. Then after that, there will be like 4 to 8 minutes. Question answer session. 4 minimum time, green, 6 yellow, and 8 the maximum, red. Just to demarcate.
Noted, sir.
Thank you very much. And can you hear me properly and see me also?
Yes. Are you going to share your screen or something, or that's?
Yeah. I will be sharing in between the speech.
Okay.
So please give me the sharing access.
Yes, you have it.
Okay. Okay. So, friends, we have heard many quotations or many great sayings about dreams and having the dreams in our life and chasing your dreams. And particularly some quotes are like that. Okay, like the great George Eliot once said, "It is never too late to pursue your dreams." It may be true for many people, but can it be practical or can it be realizable for people, for all people? Is that is very easy to chase your dreams, irrespective of your age, your situations? Saying is might be easy, but putting those great quotes into practice might be extremely difficult. Let me tell you a story of my former colleague, Santosh, he came into Kuwait around 30 years ago, and he joined my company. When I joined my company, he was about, say, working about 15 years. And he was like a mentor for me, very friendly person. I was reporting to him initially. He shepherded me and helped me a lot. Such a hard-working and knowledgeable, insightful person. He was always enthusiastic about taking up new assignments, helping the newcomers, and working in the teams. So such a jovial, understanding, and helpful person. He married a bit late because he had some responsibilities at his home. So he married about when he was 35. So he got 3 children, 2 daughters, and the youngest one was the son. And the son's dream was to become a doctor. And the father always gave him courage, gave him inspiration to chase his dreams. So, in due course, he got both his daughters married. His son reached the 10th standard. All of a sudden, this corona came in 2019 December. Unlike many companies found out new ways of controlling costs, many companies directly terminated some employees. And some companies brought in some rules like mandatory retirement of a particular age. They put age as a barrier. Even in Kuwait, most of the companies started making 60 years as a compulsory retirement of age. And our company was also not an exception. Yes, there are some exceptions for some topmost leadership. The people who are in the topmost leadership, top executives. They may be even working at when they're in 70s, but the middle level managers and the lower level employees, lower category. I'm not talking about the marketing. Every job is important, but I'm talking about the position wise. Lower level employee, the compulsory age of retirement is 60. It was like a bolt from blue for Santosh because he was thinking about it. He was very active when he was at 60. In last year, he became 59. And this year, February, he had to retire because he reached 60. So he was until last year, he was very active. On the last year, the company made it compulsory, like for those levels of people to retire at age 60. So it was like a bolt from blue from him because he was planning to continue at least till 65 because he was healthy. He didn't have any problem. He was performing very well, like any other employee, like a 20, 25-year-old chap. So very active, very talented person. But the age barrier, because of that, he had to retire prematurely. So all his plans went for a toss. He had taken some loan from the NBK, his bank, for the marriage expense of, in India, especially in Kerala, marriage expense is too much, the marriage expense for daughters. He had taken the loan. By the time he retired, he got some indemnity, but almost all those money went for repaying the loan. The bank took that indemnity to clear off the loan. Then he got a little bit, something left over. With a heavy heart, he went back to India, Kerala. And his son's education was a big question mark for him. How could he help his son to pursue his dream? He didn't have much ideas. In Kerala also, if you see the Kerala state employees have to retire when they are 56 and the central government employees say 60. So getting a government employment in the government sector is out of question. But if you see working in the private sector also, most of the private sector firms don't recruit people beyond say 50, 55. That became an impractical, so way out of his reach. He started with the small money he had, he started a small hotel. But unfortunately, that also didn't work properly, didn't flourish. Now he is finding it hard to find money to have daily bread. What about the son's education? The son finishing almost the +2 now. Then the education is out of the big question. Maybe he cannot anyway send him for the medicine, the doctors, BBS. He may have to find some ways, at least to get in a normal graduate. Becoming a doctor the education is too costly in India. So when we say that, okay, chasing dreams, we can hear it, okay, it is so easy. But do you think, is it right time to think about abolishing retirement by age, mandatory retirement by age, or is it a good idea to ask employees to retire because of their age? They reached a certain age. Let me tell you something, some cold facts. The world is a significant portion of world's population made up of people above 60. So 1 billion people are now in this world above 60. And by 2050, it would become 2 billion, such a huge proportion, or such a huge numbers. Then, if you make mandatory retirement, say 60 or 55, whatever it is, how these people will live healthy, mentally and physically, how they will find money to live happily? They have to depend on their children or depend on someone else? Do you think the children of the current age or the children of this society would take care of their parents that much? Maybe, may not be. And if you feel that, okay, I am earning still, whenever, even if I'm beyond 60, I am earning, that will give me a lot of confidence. That will give me a sense of importance, a sense of relevancy. That will add to my health, my mental and physical health. So let me tell you something. Let's look into a couple of charts I'm going to share. Can you see this? See, this is a chart shows that some countries, the life expectancy, average life expectancy and mandatory retirement of age. Japan, life expectancy is 85, retirement age is 65. There's a huge difference of 20 years. In Italy, it is 84 and 67, difference is 17. Let the case of another country, Germany, 82 and 66, difference of 16 years. India says 70 and 60, at least 10 years. So it shows that after retirement, people on average lives for 10 to 20 years. And those 20 or 10 to 20 years without a job, without a sense of achievement, how would be their life? Can be generally very pathetic. Let's go to another chart. No, sorry. Okay, there's some world leaders. What happened? Can you let me share once again? Something happened. Okay, second slide. Some world leaders, if you see, some of the world leaders, they are the world leaders even if they're 79. For Joe Biden, USA president, 79-year-old. Vladimir Putin, 69-year-old of age. Then if you see Narendra Modi, 72. And even in this age, they all are working very hard, all are performing well. Then why can't the people like us, why the private or public companies and government sector or organizations asking people to retire at say at 60 or 45, when so much important assignments like the president of USA, president of Russia, they are still working diligently beyond 60, beyond 70. So these are some of the things I wanted to share with you. So my question, it is an outlook. The government, the companies, the private and public companies, and the people generally have to change their attitude about looking at age and asking mandatory retirement at age. When you start your own company, at least make a decision that you will not ask your employees to retire at a particular age because of that age. Instead of that, you need to look into their ability, their talents, and continuous monitoring of effectiveness. That way you can take a decision. Over to you, the Toastmaster of the day. Now I'm ready to take up the question and answers. Questions you have, I will try to answer my best related to this topic.
Audience floor is open because we have only 8 minutes. Anybody, please feel free to ask questions.
Yes.
Anil, please.
Good evening, all leaders. Simple question. What is the logic behind the request or the persuasion to increase the age of limit or the retirement from 60, let's say, to 75? You have quoted examples of some of the leaders who are quite strong and healthy and very active at different ages. Well said. But this may not be the case of general public, where the workload and the type of work these people are doing is quite different from these leaders. To you.
Okay. Thank you for that question. It's a very valid question. But what I would say that I haven't said that, okay, there should be 70 as an age of retirement. What I said is that age should not be a barrier for continuing employment. You need to monitor the performance, their talents, their ability to perform in that particular job, and the effectiveness, the continuous monitoring of effectiveness, how they perform, irrespective of the age. You cannot just say that, okay, Pramukh, you reach 60, so you need to retire. No, you can say that, okay, you are not performing like as per the norms and responsibilities assigned to you. You are not performing. So first warning, second warning, third warning, now you will be out. So that kind of a culture should be developed. So in some jobs, if you say you are in army, you need a lot of physical health or physical activities. There can be an age of mandatory age of retirement, say 60 or 55, whatever it is. Or some kind of jobs where you look at a lot of health, physical health, maybe like a labor kind of activities, there can be. But the jobs like a computer operator, accountant, an office clerk, or these kind of things, I don't think so. Age should matter. It is a continuous monitoring, effectiveness should matter. I hope I answered your question correctly.
Perfectly said.
Thank you.
Can I ask you?
Yes, sure.
Sir, from the speech, Toastmaster Pramukh, I could understand that you are not giving the priority age-based. The performance of the employment or the employee will decide whether he need to be worked 75, 80, whatever it is. So how we can get the newcomers opportunity, especially in the public sector, if you are considering this concept? So if companies having only 100 number of opportunities, and if the age, there is no retirement in that particular field, so how the new people can be joined in that particular sector? Thank you. That's my question.
Okay, very important question. But in the public sector, it's the responsibility of the government to create more job opportunities. If you invest, the government starts spending in the public sector, more capital they pump in the public sector, then there will be more requirement of more employment. Then you can recruit youngsters. And in the private sector also, the more, suppose you are an educated person, you can start your own business and recruit youngsters. But why do you want to penalize the people who reach a separate age of a particular age and destroy their creativity by asking them to retire because of they reach that age? So it's the responsibility of the government, it is the responsibility of the society, it's the responsibility of the political parties to find out ways to create more job opportunities in public sectors as well as in private sectors. Thank you. Yes.
DTM Pramukh.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. PM Shiva, please.
Good evening, all. DTM Pramukh, if you have enough health and enthusiasm and creativity, then why don't you plan for your retirement? You can explore in business or any other areas. Why don't you plan for that?
Yeah, that's a good question. You need to plan for your retirement. Yes, every individual has to plan for his or her retirement. But planning sometimes very difficult to execute. For example, like Corona came, I told about many companies because of the Corona. Many companies in the world, especially in Kuwait, made this age of 60 as a mandatory retirement. So I was planning, for example, I was planning to continue till 65. Now only a few years for me to continue my work. So my planning all went for a toss. It's all ruined. I was planning to make retirement maybe at the age of 65 and go back and open my own business and give opportunities for youngsters to join now. Now I need to, luckily I have a few more years, but think about a person who was almost like 60 and the company brought this policy. All of a sudden he had to retire and there is no enough money to start his own business. What can he do? So everyone has to plan his retirement, but it should not be based on the company like you have to retire at the age of a certain age. Each individual has to plan, and he can give ample notice to the company like I'm going to retire say another 6 months or 1 year. Find out a replacement, please. That's a question. Time for one more question.
DTM Pramukh, I just want to add, maybe I am having some weight to this feel of me, but what I feel is whatever the examples you have shown is for the nationals of their own country. Like for example, if I am in Pakistan or if I am in my own country, there is nothing called retirement for us. We can work as much we can. But when we are in the like an expat where we are working for different company, for different countries' law, it bounds us to be, because after that they have to take care of our health, if they have to take care of our many other expenses. So I will say maybe your examples are correct. People should not look at 60 and if they are active, just because if they are outside, if they are in their own country, it works. I don't know if you agree or not, but this is my say.
Yeah, you're correct. But if you say that in Pakistan, it may be like that. But in India, the government sector employees in central government 56, and in my state Kerala it is, sorry, government sector employees in the central government is 60 and my state Kerala is 56. Then how can you? So many countries have this retirement age as a mandatory. Now the time now reached. So for that question, you can send me personally. I can answer you to my WhatsApp. You can call me or you can send messages. Thank you, everyone. Over to you, the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, GTM Pramukh. A big surprise for me is that age is just a number. It's a number without meaning. So it was a great speech and we loved it. So moreover, we will be, moving to another speaker.
1 minute time.
Yeah, 1 minute silence. Okay, so 1 minute silence for the listeners to give him some feedback. To DTM Pramukh.
Toastmaster Latif, can I have a screen share?
The master of the day.
Yes. So another speaker, our second speaker for today is DTM Anil Kumar G. Ravankar, and he will be evaluated none other than TM Latif Mansoor. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. DTM Anil, are you ready? I know you just finished an evaluation, but that's the. Okay.
It's a simple one. It's a simple one. Okay, I would like to have the share screen, please.
Yeah, you have the. Distinguished Toastmaster Anil Kumar G. Ravankar. He is going to embark on his level 3 elective, which is researching and presenting. Normally in Toastmasters, there is an elective where we research about the topic and then we share it with the Toastmaster of the day. But today, Toastmaster DTM Anil Kumar has thought of this topic, putting it in benefit of all the members who are and with his experience. This speaking slot will be from 20 to 25 minutes. This is a research and presenting and an education session for all those members who have find out some time to come and be a good listener, and you will for sure go something with these insights of this evaluation. Purpose statement of this project is for the member to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. Evaluator is myself. Timer is myself. Timing is from 20 to 25 minutes. There will be a Q&A session also for the audience, so please mark your questions. Speech title: Speech Evaluation Insights. Distinguished Toastmaster Anil Kumar, Speech Evaluation Insights. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, my evaluator, Toastmaster Latif. A warm good evening to all the
Just 1 minute.
Toastmasters.
1 second.
Yeah.
I'm unable to. I can see that you have shared the screen, but it's blank.
I know,
Okay.
I know. It's
Okay.
A warm good evening to all the Toastmasters. Friends, today, all the Toastmasters present in our audience today are going to behave or will be playing the role of evaluators. Agreed? Show me thumbs up. All evaluators. Okay? We are here to learn something new today. So I've taken this project specifically because in BTC, we have almost 90% of our members who are new. And it becomes our duty as well as obligation as leaders of Toastmasters Club to inculcate and to educate them how to do speech evaluations. So here we are. I'll be using the PowerPoint presentation, and the contents are as follows. We'll have a speech evaluation. What is that mean? Who benefits from speech evaluations? How to prepare for the evaluation? Help the speaker, evaluator's role, behavior of the evaluator, what to avoid in evaluations, and personalizing your language, and the summary. Before I move forward, I have a simple statement to make. And it goes that there is nothing called perfect speech. Do you agree? Give me thumbs up. Yeah, I would like to see it from all. See, we have very limited audience, so let's make the best use of it. Show thumbs up. So that will also practice for you how to use the emojis. Great. So when we say there is no perfect speech, what does it mean? It means that every speech, there will be an area of improvement. Now, our main project today is to educate and make awareness how to do speech evaluation. So what is speech evaluation? It's basically an opportunity to practice leadership skills, which includes listening, critical thinking, providing feedback, and motivating the speaker. In fact, it's an art of correcting without offending the speaker. It is basically to help the members to be more confident and improve their speaking skills. Now, who benefits from the evaluations? Basically, all the three. The stakeholders. The first one is the speaker, whom we are evaluating. The second is the evaluator himself. And the third is the club, which also consists of the audience. Now, how do we prepare for the evaluation? We need at least 15 minutes to do the following tasks. What are the tasks? First, talk to the speaker whom we are going to evaluate. Second, read his project. And the third, read the evaluation guide for the project. Now, if you see the second and third, it is having a total different objective. Reading the project and understanding what the project is being adopted or is being accepted by the speaker to be performed. And reading the evaluation guide, that's purely how you are going to evaluate that particular speech project, because every project will have different requirements. When I evaluate a speaker, what I do is I am helping the speaker to improve, to encourage him to do another speech, to lift his self-esteem, and also provide useful recommendations. The role of an evaluator is to provide honest evaluation in a constructive and supportive manner to the speaker's efforts. Now, we often forget that evaluation is about the speaker, not about the evaluator. When we are doing the evaluation, we always have to keep in mind that we are the evaluator is not a judge or authority. He or she is basically providing his or her opinion. Nothing more than that. We cannot change the person's behavior. Neither we can force the person to accept your ideas. What we do in evaluation is we provide the information that a speaker may consider or may not consider for future projects. There are some behaviors of an effective evaluator. The first one is, when you are an evaluator, you need to show that you care for that speaker. You have to suit the evaluation to the speaker. You have to learn the speaker's objective, without which evaluation becomes ineffective. We have to listen very actively to what a speaker is saying. And we have to personalize our language that is used when we are doing the evaluation. We need to see that we give always a positive reinforcement to the speaker. and build a motivational climate when we are doing so. Evaluating behavior, never the speaker. Self-esteem, it has to be nourished whenever we are doing an evaluation of any speaker. And lastly, we need to show the speaker how to improve. But there are a few things which we need to avoid when we are doing an evaluation. The first and foremost is we need to avoid judgmental words and phrases such as, that was a wrong thing to say. If you want to do it right, you must, you did, you were. These are some of the terms we normally tend to use intentionally or not intentionally. Do not repeat a point once you have made. For the simple reason that when you repeat a point, it looks that you are nagging the subject rather than selecting another point to discuss. Always avoid the words like never and always, because these exaggerations detract you from your message that you want to convey to the speaker. Now, we mentioned about personalizing our language that we use as the evaluators. Now, how do we do that? Basically, when we do evaluation, we look at these four things: what we hear, what we see, what we like, and what we can do to inform the speaker to improve his performance in the next project. These are some of the examples I quoted that we normally use. My reaction, this is a positive way of doing it. My reaction to something was this, or it appeared to me. I felt that you, whatever it is, rather than saying you should have, you failed to hear. What we are trying to is we are enforcing our views, our thoughts on the speaker. In the evaluation, it should be the other way around. Here are a few more examples. To put it in a positive way, I suggest, or I think your next speech will have a stronger impact on me if you do X, Y, Z. A technique which I found helpful, quote something that you have really enjoyed doing a particular technique, and you feel that it can help the speaker. If he follows the same technique, it will also help him to improve his performance. So you could use it in that way. Rather than saying you should, that means here again, you are enforcing something. You should, you must. The summary of the evaluation, always we see that it is a positive reinforcement. Evaluation is a mini speech on the topic with the speaker's objective and make the speaker want to come back to the club and speak again. Now, this was a very brief presentation on evaluation. Now, let me come to the main topic. All of you are aware that we have a contest, evaluation contest, wherein we are also doing evaluation of the test speaker. Now, the question is, if you compare that evaluation to the evaluation we are doing in the club, is there any difference? If yes, show me thumbs up. Thumbs up, please. Only one. I would like to see from others. Quick, quick. We should not run out of time. Interaction should be very okay, at least two are there. If you feel there's a difference, what's the difference? Give me one. Raise your hands and give me one. What difference? Yes, please. Toastmasters.
Speakers normally share their experience and not following the project.
Well said. Okay, anything else? Any other difference? Hello? We have 9 audience, 9 evaluators. I would like to hear from you. What's the difference in the evaluation that's done in the club level, at the club level, and that is done at the contest level? Yeah, DTM Pramukh.
Thank you, DTM Anil. The basic difference is that in the club level, we evaluate based on a particular project. Okay. And in a contest, we evaluate based on the test speech. The speech may be based on a particular project, or it may be a general project. The speech purpose is not announced, not read out. So it is based on that speech, based on the test speech. So that's a basic difference. I don't know whether any other difference is there, but this is the thing I just wanted.
Yeah. Is there any other difference? That should be. If the trainer is asking, there must be some difference. Okay, no takers. Toastmasters Aguna. A quick one. Toastmaster Zakir, maybe you can throw some light. A quick one. What's the difference? Simple, it is very simple answer. No takers? Oh, it's so simple. When you're doing an evaluation at club level, you don't have the pressure of winning it. But when you're in the contest, you have a pressure that not only evaluation, you have to ensure that you are also going to win it. This is one of the key things. Apart from what other speakers have said, rightly said, in the contest, we don't have a speech objective. While when you are doing an evaluation in the club, you have a speech objective. That's the major difference. Secondly, in the contest, you are free to apply whatever objectives you wish to do. You wish to apply. You are free for that. There's no hard and fast rule. But in club level, no. You have to stick to the speech objectives. Now coming to the point, what usually we do at the club level when we assign a member to be an evaluator, speech evaluator, we forget everything and we just begin the way we want. Example, we have a speaker who is delivering an icebreaker. In usual case, we have to understand that a member has taken the first step in Toastmaster journey. Will it be logical to speak about all the 10 ingredients or all the 10 skills that we have learned in communications, competent communication skills manual, applied for that poor soul?
Hello.
There is a tendency of this member disappearing from the next meeting onwards, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes, it can happen. So it's very important. We need to understand the speaker's point of view. What is the project? What is the level of his understanding about evaluation? What is the evaluation level you are going to adopt? What language you are going to adopt? Are you going to motivate him or not? These are the key things we have to keep in mind. Secondly, as I've also shown in the project, that it is very, very important. We have to consider speaker's point of view, the speech that is delivered on that particular day. If you try to compare him about his behavior 10 years ago, it won't be fair on the part of the speaker. He will say, what is this in Toastmasters? We are here to inculcate new skills, to enhance our skills. But here, what he will feel is somewhere he's being humiliated. He's being downgraded. So evaluation is not for that purpose, specifically Toastmaster. This is not job evaluation. This is not auditing. This is evaluation in Toastmaster is to enhance that speaker, motivate the speaker to perform well and help the speaker to improve on his area which the evaluator feels could be improved. And how to improve is also demonstrated, to be demonstrated by the evaluator. What can be done? Simply saying, oh, you did not apply any vocal variety to your speech. The speaker will not exactly understand what you mean to say by that. What vocal variety you are talking about? I know only capsicum variety and biryani varieties, but what is this variety of vocal variety is talking about? So we need to be very specific. Now comes the question, when you are assigned as an evaluator, how you are going to move ahead? Just assume that you are very fresh in Toastmasters, completed about 3 months. And the VPE says, okay, my friend, now it's time for you to step in as the evaluator. Now, how he goes ahead with that? I would like to give you a few tips, apart from what I've mentioned earlier. You take a white paper, that's the evaluation sheet. Make 4 squares in that, equal 4 columns. On the first one, you write the positive points of the speaker. Second, the negative points of the speaker. Third, the recommendations. And the fourth, summary. So when you follow this pattern, what happens is at a glance, you have one single paper which will give a clear picture how the speaker performed. Now, where you have written the positive points, in this column you write what are the things you liked about the speaker. Now here we have 4 points that can be considered. The first, the speech organization, opening, body, conclusion. The second point, the vocal variety. Third, the gestures. Fourth, the message that the speaker would like to give to the audience, the take-home message. This is good enough. Now from this, you can fine-tune. The negative. What are the areas you feel that a speaker did not do well? Just note it down. When you do an evaluation, this negative points, what you have noted, has to be spoken in a positive way. Okay, point to be noted. The third is the recommendations. Now, this recommendation will be based on the negative points that you have noted. And from all this, you have the summary. 3 points, the positive points, and 1 point for area of improvement. Now, having said all this, you will be still wondering, that speaker has delivered a 7-minute speech or 15-minute speech or 20-minute speech. Am I going to just write all these 2-3 things? That's enough? No, that will also not help you. You need to note down while the speech is being delivered, what was the speech about? When the speaker opened the speech, how was the speech opening? Write a few things about it. What was the whole story about? What was the whole speech was about? Right? So these points will help you when you do summary, when you do the delivery. Evaluation, as you are aware, you have only 3 minutes, total 3 minutes. Within 3 minutes, you must be able to draw another speech from that speaker, concluding and including all the points that you want to say within 3 minutes. And these 3 minutes are very fast. Therefore, you should not include a lot of points which have no relevance. Just pick up the key points where you can emphasize, you can showcase your skills on these points. And the negative points too, only pick up those points wherein you can showcase that speaker how those points can be improved. What can be done about these points in the future project. It's very, very important for an evaluator. When he concludes the speech, he has to summarize the points. That's very, very important. You should never miss it because that is one of the key requirements in the speech evaluation contest. If you lose on that small subversion, you lose 15 marks for that. Then even your best evaluation can become a total failure. Having said that, if I keep on quoting a lot of things, then it will just take time. Let me open the floor for QA. We have 5 minutes. Let's open for QA. Any questions? In fact, this presentation should be of 2 hours, full-fledged workshop. But today I just decided to take a small portion of that, just to take the central portion of that. Yeah. A few questions. It's very important. Others, I will not feel that I have said something. Hello. Yes, sure.
Yes,
Yes, Pramukh.
yeah, DTM Anilji, just one
Yeah.
question.
Sure.
In a contest,
Hmm.
so what are the techniques to stand out from other competitors or other contestants?
Yes, a very good question, very apt question. Here, it totally depends on the points you are picking up. See, you may be picking up 5 to 6 point positive points. From these 5 to 6 points, pick up those points which you feel will not be common, some uncommon point, which others may have not noticed. I will give an example. Overtiming of the speaker. Now, overtime of the speaker, normally the evaluators will not know. But however, you will have that feeling that when the red card was shown, still the speech continued for some time. So you can use it as a guess and say a few words on that it is best to practice that speech a few times in front of an audience which are very friendly to you. Ensure that you have a timer. Try to practice that speech within that time limit. That will help you to monitor, self-monitor your time during the delivery. The timers are already provided as an indicator. However, what happens when you are on the stage, there is a tendency that you try to speak something even after the red card is shown. You feel that you can cover up, but it's a very dangerous step. So this is very few points. Like dress code. Very few people will catch on the dress code. Now you can speak on the dress code only if they're very, very specific about it. I'll give an example. In one of the speech contests where I was a contestant, the test speaker was wearing a dress. She was a lady, and that dress had butterflies on that. Pictures of butterflies. So I just caught that my attention, and I used that butterfly on the dress, and I started my speech on that. I opened my speech on that. So this is a little twist in that. Although those butterflies did not have any connection with the speech, but I connected that butterflies, the beauty of butterflies, to the speaker's skill. And so I continued with that. So these are a few twists you can give.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other question? We need some questions.
So may I ask you,
Yeah, of course, dear.
DTM Anil, when we are making evaluation notes in a competitive contest level, is there any way to be segregated? Usually I'm writing everything in one piece of paper, good parts, improvement, everything. So is there a way to be segregated, the points noted down during the competition?
Yes, you mean the vocabulary, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yes, perfectly said. Perfectly said. See, very important thing, when you speak about vocabulary, it's very, very important you quote at least 2 to 3 words that were used by the speakers. Otherwise, just saying vocabulary will not enforce. your statement on the vocabulary point that you have raised as a good point or as a positive point. To emphasize or to put a stress or put a weightage on your point that is being raised on vocabulary, you need to quote at least 2-3 examples.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, I think it's a time up. Our timer is showing red. So we will have 30 seconds. 30 seconds, we should not consider at all. Okay, is it time up? Toastmaster Latif, I can make
Yes.
one comment on the timer.
Yes, please.
Yes. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned in the beginning that you all are evaluators, I would like to emphasize on one very key and very, very important vital point regarding the timing. We know that there is 30-second grace time, right? For any speeches. In competition, these 30 seconds are fair enough. But however, it is always advisable to wind up once that red card is shown. If you are capable and you are well experienced in controlling that time, you can use that 15 seconds. However, if you cross or if you touch 31 seconds, not fractions, 31 seconds, correct 31 seconds, 3 minutes, 31 seconds, then because of that 1 second, we feel that we are disqualified. It is in fact, it is 31 seconds, not 1 second. Because your speech time is what? 3 minutes. Your speech time is not 3.5 minutes, it is 3 minutes only. You have a grace time of 30 seconds. You saw the difference? Your speech is 3 minutes, not 3.5 minutes. You have a grace time of 30 seconds. So if you are using 31 seconds, that means it becomes overtime. So that's it. With that, I would like to conclude my presentation as well as the speech. Thank you very much. And I would like to hand over the stage back to the Toastmaster Day. Toastmaster Zara, Ibrahim, back to you.
Thank you very much, DTM Anil Kumar. Speech evaluation insights. And I loved the mnemonic of yours, which was help. Help the speaker improve, encourage, and moreover, that, lifting that self-esteem and moreover, providing that useful recommendation. So I loved it. And so we will have that 1 minute silence for giving, to give you that feedback. Valuable. Thank you. Is 1 minute silence over? All right. Thank you. Thank you, TM Sabna. Now we will be having our third speaker, TM Prashant, and he will be evaluated by TM Shiba. TM Shiba, over to you, ma'am.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Toastmaster Prashant Kavalangada have finished his innovative planning path, and now he is presenting a speech on reflect on your path. The purpose of this project is for the member to reflect on his growth during the completion of an entire path. The purpose of the speech is for the member to share some aspects of his growth during the completion of a path. The speech title is My Pathways Journey. My Pathways Journey. Timer, please note the timing is 10 to 12 minutes. Toastmaster Prashant Kavalangan, all the best.
Prashant, you're on mute.
Prashant, you're muted.
Can all of you put a smile on your face, please? Someone says a smile is the shortest distance between two people. I'm nervous, and your smiles make me comfort. When I was delivered the speech on 2019, November 2nd, on the Smart Indian Bhavan School, that starts my journey of a Toastmaster as a icebreaker speech. Now I'm standing here after completing the innovative planning 5 levels. Good evening, Toastmaster of the day and my dear fellow Toastmasters. That gap gave me the progress of my Toastmaster journey in the entire innovative plan. My speech started with very long voice and with shivering body and hands. Then on November 30th, I delivered my first evaluation speech, 10 years of my experience. Then suddenly, I got promoted with double promotion from a LKG student to the 10th class student life, HPL project anchor of Bhavan's Toastmaster Club anniversary anchoring poll. Even I was not aware what is a Toastmaster and how much levels are there, how the journey is to be continued. But the support from the Bhavan's Toastmasters gave me, I don't know, the people, the mentors who were on the Bhavan's Toastmaster saw the potential on me, or I don't know what exactly, but I got opportunity to be anchoring of that anniversary. Slowly, I learned what is each and every speech. I have to learn something bit by bit. The more voice modulation, first to physical speak, there was an evaluation. I have to use the podium, but I was not aware what is a podium and how to use. Then when I start learning what is a podium, how to use, we change to the digital platform, which is online, and my mobile width is only 6 inches. There is no enough podium to be moved here and there. So I didn't get much opportunity to offline meeting to be used the podium the way what it was in the evaluation. But I learned. Voice modulation. What are the things to be used in a voice modulation? When we have to pause in the speech. There is a moment in the speech when there is a sorrow, sadness, happiness, where we have to modulate our voices. My dear Toastmasters, it's not a journey of a Toastmasters, it's a journey of a new career in my life. There is a significant change in my professional life and my personal life, because the Toastmaster, wherever I go, the way I'm doing a speech, when I'm delivering the speech, and what are the evaluations I'm getting the feedback, I try to be noted down, each and every point. I try to be implemented as much as I can. I could get chances to be participate several club contests. Even then I joined the Malayalam Toastmaster Club, which gave me more encouragement into how to deliver. In my last 40 years, I never did a speech even in a Malayalam stage program. But now I'm anchoring programs. I'm the key person in a birthday party. You know, yesterday there was a birthday party and people were asking, Prashant, could you please anchor the program and make the people inspiration? I'm a keynote speaker in that program even. It could happen only because of the Toastmaster journey. Now, I chose innovative planning. Frankly, I don't know what is that innovative planning when I was selected that one. There are multiple paths in the Toastmasters, I click one end. But when after I completing the fifth one, the level 5, now I understand what is the innovative plan. It's very suitable to my professional life. Since I'm working in the oil sector, I have meetings, weekly meetings. Last couple of years back, I was not participating in all this meeting because I'm having shame myself to argue much when there is any debates came. I was bit back off to be debate. But now I'm confident I can put points which will not affect the person who is in front of me. I can give my comments in a way that they will not hate me or they will make me happy. Prashant, your points are very valid. I get it from the evaluation in the Toastmasters daily. Now, I have pieces of paper. Dear Toastmasters, I'm keeping all this paper from my first speech. This is the feedback which I received. And I'm still keeping, and this is the best speaker award which I received on 2nd of November 2019. The evaluation form, which the handwritten, it's with me. This is the life changing from level 1 to level 5. In this all, there is a special note. I don't know who gave this feedback. It's written, simply superb, really curious to know, and you cater to all needs. Keep going. One day you will be a superstar. This is, I got my first speech from the Bhavan's Toastmasters. My dear Toastmasters, your people and my colleagues Toastmasters are my mentors. You make me here. Now I can deliver a speech. Even I don't know the subject, I'm having a confidence that I can say something, because in our Toastmaster session, there is a simple table topics. I'm not much participating in the table topics. But now, if I'm going to the society, if I am in front of my friend circle, if they put any questions, I can make an answer. I can take some answers from the question itself. That much change makes in my life the path level 1, level 2. So the bandwidth of that level 1 to level 5, and I'm turning back 2.5 years. But I could feel that why take so long to be completed the level 5? Now everyone is having corona. Due to corona, I couldn't happen due to corona. I'm also giving 1 year to corona. Due to corona, I couldn't complete my level 5 in few years back, or I could have been completed in 2011, 21. I'm sorry, 2021 or 2020. So I'm giving that half credit to the corona. Due to that one, 2022 September only, I could able to complete my path. Now, what's the way forward? Everyone is joining Toastmasters. Yes, we are completing the pathways. Are we going to stop after level 5? No. I'm trying to get more details and details of the Toastmasters and try to add more things in my life, especially in professional life. I was not in a mind to be studying further in my life. I'm having a family, I have 2 kids, that's enough. But now, something in my mind to grow further. So I start studying. I'm doing some part-time course in this age. As someone was saying, age is not a bar limit, even in the public life or private sector. So even if I'm not working in a company, I could start my own business. So I'm trying to learn something new, innovative things, because I'm a Toastmaster. My dear fellow Toastmasters, Toastmasters is just not a club. It's just not a weekly meeting. It's definitely changing our life. There is a significant change in my character the entire 4 years. So I could say that thank you so much, Toastmasters. Thank you so much, Bhavan's Toastmaster Club and my mentors. Reflect on your path, frown. I'm nervous. Your smile makes me comfort confidently. Thank you, BTC. Over to you, PM Modi.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Prashant. Now we will be having 1 minute silence for the feedback. Thank you.
Minute over. Toastmaster of the day, 1 minute
Before
over.
every word he utters, he takes permission. And still I remember his icebreaker. He sent that to me. I made some corrections and I told Jomi, add more confidence. That's the only thing missing. I was, the way he talked, the language, the vocabulary he used.
The sound was like Bita man. Toastmaster of the day.
Yes, thank you very much. So it was a wonderful journey, Toastmaster Prashant. We thoroughly enjoyed your speech. Have you joined Toastmasters, everything? So it was wonderful. So we have our fourth speaker, which will be our last speaker for today. And he is Toastmaster Anil Kumar. And yeah, he will be evaluated by me. So Toastmaster Anil Kumar, as an evaluator, he is embarking on innovative planning. Innovative planning, level 1, project 3. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn about communication styles and identify his own communicative style. So my target speaker, Toastmaster Anil Kumar. The title of his speech is "We are stronger when we listen and smarter when we share." We are stronger when we listen and smarter when we share. Over to Toastmaster Anil Kumar.
Good evening, distinguished Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters. Today, I will be presenting my Level 1 Project 3 speech on effective communication. We are stronger when we listen and we are smarter when we share. How many of you know the exact date or the year in which Titanic Mishap occurred?
1995?
1912.
Oh.
Well, it happened on 15th April 1912. On Titanic, with more than 2,000 people on board, hit an iceberg, and within 2.5 hours, it sunk. How many of you know that lack of proper communication increased the death toll during that mishap? On 14th night, a communication was received from the nearby ship about an iceberg, and the captain changed the path. The second and third communications were received, but it was not noticed by the radio operator or did not reach the captain. The final warning reached the radio operator, but he switched off the signaling system and responded, shut up, I am working. This shows that lack of proper communication can lead to mishap. So communication is very important for our vital life. No matter in which profession you are, your success is determined by 5% of your qualification, 15% of your professional skills, and 80% by the communication skills. The art of communication is the stepping stone for your success in life. There are three parts in communication: the sender, the message, and the recipients. There are different methods of communication: verbal communication, non-verbal communication, listening, written communication, and visual communication. Verbal communication is the words you are speaking about. It can be face-to-face or through the video conferencing or telephone. Due to the COVID pandemic, most of the face-to-face verbal communication has been shifted to video communication and video conferencing. Non-verbal communication include hand gestures, facial expressions, head nodding, etc. It goes along with the verbal communication. Written communication includes project reports, legal documents, social media, emails, etc. Since the message you are sending is being seen for a long time, you should be very cautious about the grammar and the content inside. Listening is another very important factor of communication. If you properly listen to the people you are talking to, you will be able to identify what they are having in their mind. Written communication includes emails and visual communication includes social media, television, etc. I want to share one of my experience about bad communication. How can it lead to a failure in life? In the initial stages of my career, I visited one of the famous schools in Delhi, DAV Public School, one of the branches of DAV Public School. I was in search of a PGT post in physics. My initial interview, subject interview, and demo class went on well, but in the final interview, one of the board members started questioning me in Hindi. Probably I could not respond nicely, so I was not selected. So this shows communication has very important point in your life. Hence, my fellow Toastmasters, you practice on communication, and that will lead definitely, that will help you to succeed in your life. Thank you all for your patient listening.
Now we will observe 1 minute silence to give him the feedback. To give TM Anil Kumar the feedback. Thank you. Thank you very much, TM Sugna. Now we will be moving towards our next session, which is the general evaluation session. And for today, we have our general evaluator, who is none other than TM Latif Mansoor Ali, and he is here with us. So, over to you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Before we'll move forward, we'll have the timers report and voting for the best speaker. So timer, please, if you can share the time.
DTM Anil Kumar timing is not with me.
DTM Anil Kumar, okay. We had 2 question and answer sessions. So DTM Anil has spoken for 26 minutes and 20 seconds, but I know he noticed the red light a little late. So let's grant everyone.
Okay then. Toastmaster Prashant took 9 minutes, 2 seconds.
9 minutes, 2 seconds or 32?
2 seconds.
No worries. We'll add everyone as for the voting, because I know everyone has shared a lot of experiences and they're
Rest all qualified.
yes. Let's work it out for this way. So I'm sharing out the best speaker vote, launching right away. Yes, please start voting. I'll end up the poll in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we have our result. Let me put it on safe so that I don't miss it. Toastmasters, today we did not only had the education session, but an impactful session of evaluation. And I'm glad to be the general evaluator of this meeting. I've always been learned and heard that Toastmaster is breakfast for champions. Evaluation is breakfast for champions. It is a must. It is a value addition to all of us, because we get a second opinion about what we have spoken about, how more we can improve, how we can impact this same message in a larger audience. Our first speaker was distinguished Toastmaster Pramod Bose, and it was all about retirement. Sadly, yes, age is a number when it comes to finance. Distinguished Toastmaster Anil Kumar was his evaluator. Sir, stage is yours.
Yeah, our speaker is not present in the audience. Okay, in his absence, you can, he's there. Okay, okay.
No, I am there. I am there.
Yeah, okay, okay. That's very important for an evaluator. The speaker has to be present. A warm good evening once again to all our amazing leaders of PTC. Should age be a barrier and a terminator factor to a healthy, active being from continuing work? If so, it is high time to revisit the rules for employees. Wow, what the eye-opening speech delivered by DTM Pramukh Bose. Congratulations to you for delivering such a wonderful, thought-provoking speech today. Good evening once again, Toastmaster DTM Pramukh Bose. What are the things I liked about your speech today? Let me brief to you. The first and the foremost, that confidence in which he delivered the speech, describing beautifully the story of Mr. Santosh, his close friend, and the flow right from his connection to this gentleman 30 years ago and the flow with right from marriage, kids, till the time of retirement. Beautifully described. I really love the way he had that flow going on. Congratulations for that. The second thing what I liked about his speech delivery today was the gesture. We always say gesture plays a role in communication, and that too not 1 and 2%. It's almost 87% of communication is through gestures. And here we had DTM Pramukh Bose delivering that speech, utilizing that skills he had inculcated during the journey of Toastmasters, using gestures. Well done. The third thing what I liked about his speech was the stage utilization. He delivered the speech in the standing position, and he saw to that he moved in the space that he had in hand, indicating the different transition. Well done. Now comes the area of improvement. That's a beautifully delivered speech. We always say we'll have some areas of improvement. And what I could find was, my personal feeling was, if this speech had the right proportion, the right flavor of emotions added, it would have made a totally different dish today. Now you'll be wondering what emotions. He had an opportunity to use that emotion specifically when that condition of that retirement stage came. It was a sad moment. It was an unhappy ending of his employment. This is a place where he could have shown that feeling. I personally felt if he had added that element, it would have made a total difference. Overall, to summarize, well confidence speaker delivering a beautiful story, utilizing just as his best benefits, a beautiful stage transition, only a pinch of emotions if you can add here and there, he would make a different story altogether. All the best for your next project. Over to you. General Evaluator is okay, maybe we'll try. Toastmaster day. Toastmaster Zara.
We have a
Toastmaster
general.
Zara. Yeah, you can move forward as a G.
Oh, okay. So our next speaker was DTM Anil Kumar, and he was he will be evaluated by TM Latif. I think he's not in the meeting right
Yeah,
now.
he's got, yeah,
So
move forward. Go to the
move
third
to another
speaker.
speaker.
Yeah.
The third speaker was TM Prashant, and he will be evaluated by TM Shiba. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Once again, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. And a special good evening to my target speaker, Toastmaster Prashant Kavalangad. Today, he delivered a speech on the project, Reflect on Your Path. What I felt while hearing this speech is, we can use this speech in an open house to attract new members. His speech title was My Pathways Journey. He spoke from his heart, how Toastmasters molded him, what impact Toastmasters made in his professional, personal, and social life. In his words, it's not a Toastmasters journey, but it's a journey of new career in my life. What I like that most is he is keeping those pieces of papers, feedbacks, best speaker awards, and evaluation forms from 2019 when he first joined in Toastmasters as a treasure. Every good speech will have certain areas for improvement. Toastmaster Prashant, your speech timing was 10 to 12 minutes. You took only 9 minutes, 2 seconds. You are finishing a path. You have this much experience from 2019. I suggest practice your speech and keep the timings. Your speech actually was a tribute to Toastmasters and Bhavan's Toastmasters Club. Felt so happy to hear that. To summarize, overall it was a great speech, spoke from your heart, a tribute to Toastmasters International. It will be better if you practice your speech and keep the timings. Once again, thanks for this wonderful tribute and all the best for your next path and Toastmasters journey. Over to General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shiva Pramukh. Actually, now I have to practice also saying soon to be distinguished Toastmaster Shiva Pramukh. Sorry for the internet issues. I was unable to, I missed out few of the minutes in the meeting. Can I invite Toastmaster Zara for evaluation for TM Anil's speech, and then I'll give my, by the time I'll start my system.
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
Okay, so great. So may I start? So I will be evaluating Toastmaster Anil Kumar's speech. So it was, if I would say, how he presented the entire speech with such great example. When he, first of all, he used an analogy of Titanic to make us understand, how lack of communication can lead to certain mishaps. And moreover, if I talk about how he mentioned the date and even how he engaged the audience, if I would have to highlight upon it. So how he engaged the audience by asking a question and then, giving that latency time to gauge that response from the audience. So it was quite engaging. Moreover, it was a very thought-provoking speech, how he mentioned all the types of communication, how the communication system generates when there's a sender, a message, and then a receiver. So it was very much understand. We could able to gauge the entire concept of your speech. Moreover, when you had given those basic and simple examples to give a better understanding. So it was a wonderful speech. So in every speech, there are certain aspects which needs to be, altered for to be a best, or I would say, be a better speaker. So if I talk about, you were standing, you were very comfortable, everything was perfect. When it comes to lighting, because when you were standing, we could see that light on the top. So maybe you could manage that camera positioning. So it seemed to be a little distracting, but although because of your speech, we could not, were more involved in it, but we were able to understand each and everything. But just we can, alter that positioning of that camera. Moreover, if you could have added a real life example or some personal story, so it would have given more, it could have enriched your entire speech in a more fruitful manner. Although it was a wonderful speech with great content, and I wish you very best of luck for all your future future speeches, and thank you very much. Over to our general evaluator. Okay, so is he here? Oh, okay. I think he might be joining from another system. So he will be, yes, so he has to give his evaluation basically. So we can wait for him. I think he might be joining. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Zara, for evaluating Toastmaster Anil's speech. Yes, I should admire Toastmaster Anil's speech. It was a brave move. How stronger you become if you communicate well. That's a lovely message. Yes. Now it's my time for evaluation of distinguished Toastmaster Anil Kumar's project, and it was a uphill task, but I will do the needful. DTM Anil, your project was about research and presenting. So there I will divide your speech into 2 or 3 parts. For example, the one which I loved the most was the presentation. It gives the value of the speaker. It gives the impact, who are the shareholders for your speeches. Second, but not the last one, but the best, it was a takeaway message that we have to give a speaker an evaluation where he is encouraged and comes again for the speech. As usual, distinguished Toastmaster Anil Kumar, you were interacting with the audience. That was the one of the essence, that whatever delivered, whatever the message you would like to deliver, should be an impactful and message to be heard and understand. I understand your disappointment with that the meeting strength or the participant numbers were not enlarged. Still, there was no less energy in your delivery. you have conveyed each and everyone as if that we are the first member attending and listening to this evaluation project. So the feel good factor of hearing a research and presentation was always visible and with full energy. Now, areas of improvement. I felt that, in fact, your only one reason was to have an interaction with new members. But your question answers came from the senior or the most experienced Toastmasters. Only one thing was like you could have just straight away asked Toastmaster Anil Kumar, did you understand? And I'm sure he would have answered the message, because I see he's the one of the new member in our bunch of this meeting. So he would have explained you that, have I explained you or have you understood it? You might targeted that one person who could have asked or interact that question for you. Lastly, but not the least, in conclusion or in summary, a very well presentation, good experiences. While giving the question and answer, you were well on top of giving the messages about your personal experience. Just managing on little bit of that silent break, which I just mentioned. Had you targeted your own question on, Toastmaster Anil, Toastmaster Sugana, give me your feedback about what did you understand about it. Just lastly, you started with saying that I want everyone to evaluate. So in last but not the least, this would be the message that I would hope everyone have understood. Thank you very much for encouraging us and delivering your best project to our club. Thank you very much. Over to you, General Evaluator. And at this point, it's me. Sometimes you feel you have a lot of time and you don't prepare it. Okay, I will share my voting list or the polls in a while. Timer, please share your report.
All are qualified.
Okay, take some more time.
For
If you can say how much each speaker has.
okay.
Okay, I am sharing the best evaluator vote. Don't go for the date, just for the speaker, for the evaluators. Both are on your screen.
I can see only the poll. I couldn't vote it. I don't know what for.
You have to personally tell me, and I will add it to the count.
Okay.
All members have voted, so I'll just end up this. Okay. I have some internet issues, so apologies for this much of delay. Now it is time for my report. As we had a good help from the timer, I really appreciate Toastmaster Sugana to just come over and just take over this. Sometimes God is always blessed on people like us. He makes sure that no matter whatever happens, there is always a supporting staff or supporting member for you. Today meeting, I from the beginning from the beginning when I started noticing the members ratio was less. Many of people were committed to other Toastmaster engagement, which I considerably understand, the area contest or the area meetings or the district meetings, but it was well informed. What I felt is we should be planning our commitments according to the meeting beyond our club. Like, for example, if we know that today is the 24th of September, I will be in a club meeting, we should adjust those area meetings towards a different date. That would have helped our new members or the members or the strength for us to understand and be adequate about learning. This is all about learning from one another. If I am not here, if the other is not around, how the newcomers or the new messages to be we can listen to it. The meeting started on time. There were role players. Due to this lack of role players, the agenda was a very minimal. Just because there was no word of the day, there was no Hark Master, there was no R counter. I had to make myself available.
Latif, you're not audible. Latif, you're not audible.
I'm audible.
Now you.
Okay. From the very beginning, or nothing was heard?
No. Just you were saying about I had to something like no 2-3 sentences. That's it.
I had a lot of roles to do. For example, the acting president, the timer, the general evaluator, and then a speech evaluation. I felt we need those members to be available and be for the club. Whatever commitment you have for the district, I understand, and that is your role as a leadership. Efforts towards the club, but this was my evaluation as of now. I really appreciate for all the speakers who came and delivered their projects. Yes, there are learnings. Please make sure you mark down those those words, so it helps other members to when you will come again and deliver your project. Like for example, Toastmaster Anil or DTM Anil Kumar or DTM Toastmaster Prashant and DTM Pramukh. When we hear the evaluation and when we come up and give up with that improvement section, 1 point improve or the other new learners about what improvement it can be. So this was my cry, my all of whatever you call it in this 3 minutes of evaluation. I always admire the Toastmaster. I always respect and I always practice that we will learn if we trust the process. Thank you. And so there won't be any timers voting. There won't be any general evaluators reporting or Toastmaster of the day reporting because it's all in the family. I have a better understanding with Toastmaster Zahra and timer Toastmaster Suguna.
like you're getting break every now and then. Like your voice is chopping.
I think it's because of the Wi-Fi connection.
Yes, it is. It is. Toastmaster of the day, over to you.
All right, thank you very much, General Evaluator, TM Latif. And now it's time for.
Okay, let me take as a charge. Am I audible?
Yes, now you are. Yes. Yes, you are. So the voting has been done. We don't have a role play voting. Then
Was I audible? Was I clear? Or what's happening in the meeting? I have no idea.
Now we can hear you.
can you say something, TM Latif? Now we can see. We can hear you.
We can see you.
Okay,
we
now.
can hear you.
Okay, I'm very sorry. Today I have no idea what the internet or the God's plan is for me. Let us announce the result. I hope I made understand that today we won't be having any result from the timer or the.
Best role player is not there, isn't it?
So the best speaker. Okay. The best speaker today was Distinguished Toastmaster Pramukh Bose. It was the well-organized speech. He always planned his project. He always have those things. But this speech of today was really an eye-opener for many of us who are just getting close to that 60 number. Best evaluator, somehow it has come to me. So I'll take this as a credit. Thank you very much. And rest all, please, I hereby adjourn the meeting, but stage is open if anybody wants to comment, or please feel free.
Yeah, good evening, Toastmasters. I just wanted to make one suggestion. Like at the beginning of the meeting, Toastmaster Latif told the members of the club need to think that the club is a priority. Even though we all are having some responsibilities in the division, in the areas, club is your base, and if you ignore your club, obviously club will not function, the club will die slowly. So what I would suggest, for example, today, it is an online meeting only. Today was an online meeting, not a physical or hybrid meeting. Even though you had some other responsibilities, at least join sometime, at least encourage other members who participate fully. At least join for some time and encourage others, then you leave. It's okay. Everybody is busy. So try to make it as a thing, and that you can put it in like a friendly way message in the group. I would suggest President or VP to make a friendly message in the group to inspire others everyone should try to come in the meetings, especially in the online meeting. You can come, you can participate at least for some time. So try to make it as a practice to attend the club meetings regularly. That's where we can improve and learn. Each meeting we are learning something new, isn't it? We learn something new by hearing other speakers and the evaluations. So make use of that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah, perfectly said. I agree with what DTM Pramukh has said. Clubs are priority. And in fact, as the Toastmaster Latif mentioned, see, whenever we have so many training programs, if the audience is not there, the trainer does not enjoy. See, the inspiration for any trainer comes from the audience. If there is good number of audience, he gets that encouragement. So this is a little bit, but however, the show must go on. So we had to do it. But however, I agree with your point. We need to put a very soft and very polite, diplomatic message in the group so that all other members also understand that they have to attend the meetings. Even if they are busy, yes, why not? They can attend for at least the first session or second section or the last, whichever they prefer. But attendance is a must. Otherwise, it will not feel nice. Good that we don't have any guests today. If there were guests today, they would have just been thinking, what happened? There are only 5-6 people here. And some important sections are very beautiful. Wonderful messages are being delivered. Wonderful trainings are being conducted. Speeches are fantastic. But audience is required. So they have to learn, This is the learning for each and every member, every audience.